Hello and welcome back to TF1C, the Formula 1 chat. Formula 1 is back, it's the US Grand Prix and we're going to run through our preview and our predictions. It's great to have F1 back. It's been 2 weeks, obviously 2 weeks ago Max Verstappen was crowned as the 2022 Formula 1 World Champion. Absolute scenes, it was a brilliant day. And yeah, it was very weird circumstances.
It was, but we still have a Constructors' Championship
indeed.
Be announced, which probably won this race.
Potentially, if it's a good enough race for Red Bull.
Predictions, it would be Red Bull to win it. So.
Double Ferrari DNF? Oh, no. Interesting. But yeah, I guess we'll get straight into predictions. Not a lot to say, obviously. Just quickly, I guess. We do have some rookies entering in FP1 this week. We've got Logan Sargent.
We have Logan
Williams.
Sargent, Alex Plough in the McLaren.
Yes, that's an interesting one.
In the Alfa Romeo and Robert Schwartzman in the Ferrari. Yeah,
so a lot of rookies getting a chance, which is good to see. Obviously, new initiative brought in this year. I think it's been very successful. But in terms of teams still left to go, Aston have got to do one, haven't they? They've had Nick De Vries, and I think Drugovich is getting a run out of potentially either Sao Paulo or Abu Dhabi. I think it's going to be Abu Dhabi now. Yeah, it's a shame. Nice to see him at home, but yeah, there's a lot going to Abu Dhabi. I think Haas have still got to run too, haven't they?
Yeah.
Don't remember any rookies being in Haas this year, so they've got a lot to do. Yeah, you'd imagine so. Could it be also Schwartzman?
Maybe.
Would they take a Ferrari kid? Because they don't have many, do they? Haas don't have an academy.
Yeah, that's right.
So unless they just fancy giving other people a go. And obviously they've got to have the super license points, don't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there are not many options. But, right, shall we get into our F1 quality predictions? What are you thinking for last? Is it by any chance rhyming with... why is this the only one that doesn't rhyme with anything? Is it Nicholas Latifi?
It is, and also joining him and getting knocked out of Q1 is Mick Schumacher 19th, Guan Yu Zhou 18th, Valtteri Bottas 17th, and Yuki Tsunoda 16th.
Oh, a slight variation then. I obviously have Latifi bottom, K-Mag 19th, Gasly 18th, Schumacher 17th, and Zhou Guan Yu is P16, just missing out on Q2. In terms of Q2, what do you think?
Yeah, not too many shocks there. Once again, I only have quite a few shocks in this one. 15th Stroll, which is a bit of a shock after Japan. Gasly 14th, who we lucky there's hopefully no trackers on the track this weekend.
Obviously.
13th Kevin Magnussen, that's a pretty good result. 12th Esteban Ocon. I feel like he's just not going to get a good lap in.
The Alpine looks absolutely rapid at the moment.
I think he's not going to get a good lap in because of yellow flags caused by Carlos Sainz, who is going to have a spin, and he will therefore also find himself out of Q2.
So Sainz is going to get in a lap quicker than 4 other drivers, and then he's going to spin it in front of them.
No, he's going to put in first lap. First lap he'll go, and then when they're going doing the second laps, he'll spin it. But his first lap would have been good enough to get through. So Sainz out in P11.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, my next 5 are Yuki Tsunoda, just squeezing through, but then not being able to do much after that. Bottas 14th, Stroll 13th, Alex Albon, very solid P12, and Vettel just missing out on Q3, but a very strong lap. I think it will be close between him and potentially like Daniel Ricciardo.
Probably.
P10.
You've got Albon in 12th, I've got Albon in 10th. Another Q3 appearance for Alex, and he's really going to show the potential that Williams has for next season.
Becoming 10th.
And it's a good quality session.
It's a decent, to be fair. My P10 is Lando Norris. I think McLaren's going to give up on him. I think he'll be running pretty high, putting in some decent lap times around that 6th mark, and then I think he'll go out for his Q3 lap, and his car won't be doing anything.
Oh, it's a shame. P9, I've got Daniel Ricciardo. He'll just be happy. He loves America.
I think that could inspire him to a good result.
Yeah, I think P9 will be happy just being Q3.
Yeah, I think he would be content with that. But I'd obviously prefer a bit higher. But P9 for me is George Russell. Just a poor lap. I feel like we could have a few shocks here in terms of my 7, 8, 9 are all drivers you expect to be up there. In fact, I'm going to run through them now. P7, Sergio Perez. P8, Carlos Sainz. Quite the gaggle of brilliant drivers there. Perez, Sainz, Russell, Norris. Followed by Vettel. I mean, what a illustrious list of drivers stuck in the lower half of the top 10. But I don't know. I feel like we're going to see some shocks this weekend. I think we're going to be a bit surprised by the pace of a certain Alpine team.
Fair enough. P8, I have Sebastian Vettel. Another great lap from Seb.
Certainly
he seems to be going out with leaving Formula 1 with an absolute on a high. Another Q3 appearance for him in his Aston, and then P7 Fernando Alonso, as you said. Alpine looked very quick recently. He's going to carry that on into Q3.
Yeah, P6.
I'll carry on and go George Russell in P6. Again, not a great lap from George. Quali isn't his strongest point.
Yeah, well, that's quite surprising though, isn't it? Because obviously last season, Coinders missed a Saturday. This year, inconsistent one-lap pace, but in the race has usually been able to outperform Lewis Hamilton.
And I feel like all the top drivers are going to beat him.
Yeah, fair enough. I was in my 6th, and I'll let you run through your top 5. Yeah. I've got Daniel Ricciardo in P6. A very good lap from the Australian. I think he's going to use all of that Texan spirit. Obviously, we are in Austin for this race. And yeah, I think I'll pull up a massive P6 result. Not quite able to challenge that top 5, but a very good result nonetheless.
My top 5 for qualifying then. Lando Norris in P5. Again, he's always run well around the circuit of the Americas. P4 for Lewis Hamilton. Obviously, he claimed the 2015 title in America. So nice happy hunting ground for him, but only P4.
Usually claimed earlier than that, but...
P3 is now our 2-time world champion, Max Verstappen, not on the front row. Wow. For, I think it's probably the 2nd time this year, 3rd time this year, which means it's a front row, a Red Bull and a Ferrari. It's not the one you'd expect. It's Leclerc in P2. Sergio Perez. I know it's probably not going to be wet, but he's going to be bouncing after that Japan win. He's going to take that through, and he's going to take his 2nd pole of the season.
Fair enough. I think that's a week premature. I think potentially next week, pole of the win. That's at least my prediction.
Yeah, I'd love that.
I don't care. He could have binned it in this US Grand Prix.
Well, we've ruined our predictions for next week.
There could be no car, but Perez is going to take pole and win.
Alright,
he really does take pole and win. My top 5, I've got 4-5. It's Alonso and Ocon, the Alpine team. They look really decently quick around Japan, arguably quicker than Mercedes. At times, considering we did actually get to see their pace on the softs, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole race was wet. It was only really like practice sessions and stuff, which don't give you a full indication of pace. So I think we could be surprised by how quick they are this weekend. Those are my top 3. That's going to be Lewis Hamilton 3rd, Charles Leclerc 2nd, and our new 2-time world champion, Max Verstappen, is going to top the session. Looks really quick, full of confidence, Max, and I think, Max attacking a brilliant little P1.
Well, from a late Saturday evening,
I was going to say, for us here in the UK, it's 11 till midnight, isn't it?
Yeah. And on to the race on the Sunday.
Got any DNFs?
I've got 3.
Oh, same. Do you want to run for your 3
yes, first? I have Valtteri Bottas, once again, the Alfa Romeo, having a mechanical failure. I then have Lance Stroll, he's going to crash. And then I have
By himself or with someone else?
Then I have, just by himself, and then I have Lewis Hamilton DNFing. Oh. It's going to be the mechanical failure that causes him to crash.
So like when the brakes failed on George Russell's Mercedes,
and he's going to crash because of it.
Fair enough. I've got Russell and Norris coming together. Controversial first few laps though. We'll be running side by side through that flowing S's section in the first sector, and I think they're going to come together. I'm going to go Russell on the outside, Norris on the inside. Russell just kind of comes across him, rips off Lando's tyre. So obviously Lando's out and Russell, there's too much damage for him to continue, and they'll both be out of proceedings. And then later in the race, I don't think an Alfa Romeo's blown up in a little bit. And obviously Zhou at Singapore didn't get to finish because Nicholas Latifi forgot he wasn't racing on F1 22, but instead was actually in real life Formula 1. And when he sideswiped him, but this time it is going to be an Alfa Romeo explosion.
Run my non-point scorers then.
Run through them. Who've you got?
I've got P17 Mick Schumacher, P16 Latifi, P15 Tsunoda. No surprises there.
It's harsh on Mick being behind Latifi.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a...
Is he going to try and pass him and Latifi just doesn't let him because he's too good?
P14 Zhou Guanyu, P13 Ricciardo, dropping back from P9. Not a great race for Danny Rick.
No, sounds tough.
Gasly P12, and then Kevin Magnussen just missing out on the points in P11.
Ooh, harsh. P17, I've got Nicholas Latifi. P16, Mick Schumacher, so same bottom two. But Gasly's going to be 15th. I think he's going to be distracted by Alpine. I mean, he's literally been delivering the Ballon d'Or this week with the Alpine team. I'm fairly sure I saw that he was there. I know Ocon delivered the actual Ballon d'Or on top of an old car, which can I say, the Alpine livery now on that old car looked absolutely stunning. So but I think Gasly's in attendance as well. But I think he's been distracted. P15, placed by his teammate Tsunoda 14th, K-Mag's going to be 13th, Bottas in 12th, and then Lance Stroll just missing out on those points, but still a game for Aston Martin regardless, as you may have noticed. Not said the name of Sebastian Vettel yet. Where's he going to finish? Is it going to be a win?
Maybe.
Probably not, but I guess we'll see.
P10, Esteban Ocon. He'll be happy after getting knocked out in Q2.
Decent.
At least be able to get a point.
Yeah, fair enough. My P10 also ends in on. It's Alexander Albon.
Wow, get a point.
I was going to say, strong point for the Williams team. They need every point they can get at this stage. Don't think they're going to be able to catch Haas.
I doubt it.
It will take a big shift.
Albon,
I was going to say Albon Latifi 1-2 is the only way this happens.
You've got Albon picking up 1 point. I've got Albon picking up 2.
Oh.
I know, double one. Wow. But yeah, P9 for Alex.
Yeah, fair enough. You sound like you're going to say more there.
So you've talked about Alex. I don't know what I was going to say.
You just said P9 for Alex. But yeah, P9 for me is going to Carlos Sainz.
Oh.
I know, a controversial one. I think both him and Perez are going to come together as well, and they're both going to have damaged cars, trying to keep it in a straight line for the last few laps. So I think they'll be running a little higher. Both sort of come together, lose a few spots, and then just have damage and be
fair enough.
Trying to limit that damage.
P8, I have Sebi V. 4 points once again for him. As I said, he's going out on a high, and he's going to be absolutely flying in that Aston around COTA.
Yeah, fair enough. As I said, I've got 8-9 pair of sights. P7, I've got Sebastian Vettel. You've got him 8th, I've got him 7th.
Big points all.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully guide Aston Martin above Alfa Romeo, I think. Maybe. It's a good enough result from Seb. Well, Aston have stunk since the start of the season. Flying. Azerbaijan, they blew up, and then since then, not really seen them at all. They've just been chilling.
P7, I've got Lando Norris. Dropping back from P5, but still a decent weekend for him.
Yeah, your P6 as well, much. I'll go into and I'll do mine.
Carlos Sainz, obviously recovering from that P11 in quali, but
decent
still
recovery.
Not a great weekend for him.
I've also got a Ferrari in P6. It's going to be Charles Leclerc. This is not going to be his fault or his car's fault. It's going to be his team's fault.
Oh.
I think he is going to be running up P2, too far off Max. They're going to, I think I've got from 2 to 5.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very, very tight, but a big gap between first, second, third. So Leclerc's going to be sat second, and then they think he's going to pit and be ahead of this gaggle of cars, and they can get fastest lap. But Ferrari, slow stop.
Oh no.
Yeah, so an absolute mare, and he comes out P6, and he's held off by a certain guy in P5. I think he'll be buzzing about. But do you want to run through your top 5 and then I'll do mine?
P5, I've got Fernando Alonso. No top 5 finish for Fernando, and he's going to be carrying on that form. Aston Martin looking form, Alonso's in form. Mix those two together next season. Could be quite tasty. P4, I've got George Russell. Oh, he's got another top 5, but a bit of a nothing result for him. Damage limitation for Merck with Hamilton out. Then my podium, Leclerc in 3rd. Again, he's doing had a good season that he has, but Red Bull have looked unstoppable, and it's going to be Perez trotting back from pole to P2, and Max Verstappen from the second row of the grid taking yet another win in Formula 1.
Obviously, he only needs 2 more wins to level, I believe, the record for the most wins in a season, and he needs to win every race to get the most dominant season. Obviously, that would leave his win percentage as the highest ever. But in terms of my top 5, I'm going to start from top because Max Verstappen winning is the most boring part of my top 5. Hopefully, it happens, and then he can potentially get the most dominant season ever. Which would be pretty mental to think about, considering they didn't actually. They were 40 points odd behind Charles Leclerc after 3 rounds. But yeah, then my next 4. Lewis Hamilton is P2, Fernando Alonso P3. I think this could be a sensational battle. Pushing each other wide, getting on the curbs, kicking up grass. It's a fantastic scrap. But sort of respectful.
To be fair, for the last
not over the edge.
Two at COTA, I saw this. 2015, 18, 19, 21. Lewis Hamilton has pushed off one of his championship rivals, past or present.
Oh, so he might push off Fernando Alonso. I think they'll both be on the radio.
Yeah.
Alonso, kicking off, you can never go side by side with Hamilton and push you off.
Man.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Hamilton, this is going to be manipulated.
This guy knows how to drive from pole.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be kicking off on the radio. Both of their Twitter fans are going to be going mental at each other all day. Yeah, exactly. And then behind them, not really taking advantage of this because they're having a scrap by themselves. Former teammates Esteban Ocon, Daniel Ricciardo.
Just sitting there, really nicely, just watching it.
Yeah, this is great, isn't it? Just chatting. while they're going along. But no, I think they'll also be having a good scrap. Ricardo bring back some of the moves of old.
Nah, I'd love that.
I think he's potentially...
I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see at least one cheeky Danny Rick dive bomb.
I think he's going to do that into the hairpin and get switched back by Esteban Ocon.
No.
But goes for a cheeky dive bomb, doesn't pull it off. But then they're going to work together at the end to secure P4 and 5 when Leclerc pits. With 5 laps to go, they're going to work together. Ricardo's going to just use Ocon's DRS to fend from Leclerc. They could box him in a bit. Great move from the Alpine and McLaren. Yeah. That's exactly how it's going to go. So they are our predictions. Make sure to get yours in the comments down below.
COTA's always a good one. It's always got a lot of action in it. As long as the time.
Well, I was going to say sometimes.
Last year was good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Hamilton chasing down Max, wasn't it? With a few laps to go.
Towards the end it was good, but that midpoint of COTA.
When's the midpoint in a race ever?
I'll be honest. My favourite part of COTA is the end.
Shaq.
I was going to say, if I get
be there. Shaq and his Shaq
I will cry if he's not there. I'll genuinely kick off. If he's not there in his big Cadillac with Texas style horns, not watching F1 ever again.
I will turn it off there and then.
Turns on the podium.
No, I'm turning it off.
Okay.
Even although Latifi.
I was going to say, there's no way you're turning off Latifi has won the race. But that is all for today. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Get involved, as I said, in the comments down below. But that is all for today. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.